welcome. This is Susan from Flow Fitness in the Rowing Room, here for a 50-minute workout. We are having a technical focus on pressing the feet and engaging the abs, and we will be building up power and rate, mixing things up, building that picture of what we can do at what rate and what power, and then trying to sustain it as rate and power builds. So we'll be finishing with a 1K peaceful pressure, so that's what we're building up to. And if you've got time, you can do more than one of those, but we'll just do the one today with me. So, grabbing the handle and sitting at the finish, handle in the fingers, relaxed grip, thumbs underneath, sitting up and sitting back at 11 o'clock. And we're going to start with pick drills, so building up the sections of the stroke. And as we do that, every time we pull the handle towards us, we're going to try and press the feet away, really feel that connection. So just like when we're doing a squat and we drive off the floor, we keep those heels in the floor, we don't let the toes come up or the heels come up, it's going to be the same thing. Contact with the feet as we pull the handle back. So sitting up and starting arms only. Pressing the toes just a little bit and adding in the body swing. Go, arms, body, body, arms. That's it, 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. Now we've got that swing, focusing back on those toes. Press the feet away. And feel those abs engaged, helping us to sit tall at the finish, on top of those sit bones. We've done a lot with glutes lately as well, so abs on, glutes squeezing, strong finish position. Next stroke, half slide, go, half the way forward, arms, body, legs, legs, body, arms. It, building up that nice long stroke, so not rushing everything forward and everything back, creeping forward, gradually bringing the weight forward onto our feet, and next stroke, full slide, go. Legs to the body, to the arms. That's it. Long relaxed strokes, we're just warming up. And now as we come forward, your heels might be lifting a bit. So we're on the balls of our feet. We change direction. Abs are braced gently. Arms and shoulders relaxed. We're going to push off the balls of those feet. Drive the heels down and push the feet away. Keeping contact with that foot plate. Not relying solely on those. Okay, we're going to do 10 firmer strokes at rate 20. Go. Pushing just a little bit harder. So bigger drive, longer recovery, keep that rate 20, keep pressing the toes. Another 5. Oh, we're back. Okay, it carries on. Okay, we're reconnected. Okay, so we'll carry on that warm-up sequence. So we've just done 10 at slightly firmer rate 20, and let's take 2 or 3 to get going again, and then we will do another 10 at rate 22, slightly firmer, so light pressure here. Next one, go, rate 22, a little bit further, hands a little bit quicker away, pressing up the feet. That's it, pointing those toes into the finish. 3 more. And lighter pressure again. Keep it technical. Anytime we come to light pressure, we row it even better than at full pressure. Or burner pressure. Okay, 1 more out of 10. Rate 24. Go. We're building that rate. Building that power. Good. Somewhere between half and 3/4 pressure. We're still warming up though, so nothing too crazy. 3 more strokes. Press off the feet. And lighter. Okay. And easy there. Okay, quick drink. Okay, we're going to do some work on building power whilst keeping that focus on the toes. So as we build power, it's easy if I loosen my foot straps a bit. As we push away, for those toes to come completely away, we lose connection through the abs, we just let momentum take over and end up dumping our weight on the seat, quite often punching over, looking really not powerful, not comfortable, and you repeat that time and time again. It's really going to impact the efficiency of your stroke and how comfortable you are. You're going to start feeling it in your lower back there. So keep sitting up, press the toes, keep that contact, firm core. You don't need to be rigid, but make sure it's working for you, holding that nice lay back position. So we're going to start at rate 16, light pressure, and we're going to build every 20 seconds until we're about half, 3/4 pressure, and then pause slightly, and then do the same at rate 18, and then rate 20. So just going off the just row, and sitting at the finish. Ready, row. So light pressure to start with. Light pressure, really low rate. Should be easy to keep those toes connected. With nice long stroke. Press back. Next stroke, pushing a little bit harder. Keep the rate 16. Pushing harder, recover longer. Still pressing those toes into the finish. Next stroke, push harder again. Technique the same, with a little more bracing of the abs, supporting that stronger leg drive. Press the toes away. Okay, easy there. Set a little bit. Okay, next minute, rate 18. Light pressure to start with, rowing it well. And go. Push the feet away, keep pressing those toes into the finish. Release. Press, release. Really feel that glide. I'm pressing a bit hard now. Still keeping it at 18. Bigger drive, longer recovery. And pushing harder once more. Keep that 18. Keep pressing those toes so they stay pressed. You've got that connection. You might feel you're having to stop a little more upright than you're used to. Stick with it. Last one. Okay, easy there for a moment. And then last minute, rate 20. Starting off nice and light, rowing beautifully. Okay, and go. Just body, legs, light pressure. That's it, find that weight. And press off the toes, even at light pressure. Point the toes. And pressing in a little bit harder again. Keep pressing the toes. No shock the balls of the feet. Pressing the toes away. Pushing harder again. Keep pressing the toes, firm out at the finish. Support that low back position. That's it. Glide forward, one more. Easy there. Okay, so just a little practice there of trying to see how long we can keep those feet connected. Do they start pulling away as the power comes up, or is it only when you're at higher power at the slightly higher rate? Have a think, you know what you'll need to practice that a bit more. Okay, so we're going to keep that focus with the toes for over a longer period. So we're going to do 6 minutes. 2 lots of 3 minutes, so we'll do the first through at rate 18, second through at rate 20, and each minute we're going to change the pressure. So we'll start, it's going to be half pressure, 3/4, half, and then half pressure, 3/4, half, rate 18, rate 20. So we're looking to keep the toes pressing, whether it's half pressure or 3/4 pressure, and then a little extra bit of concentration. We'll see how accurately we can bring the power back down. So our split will only be going up 3 or 4 seconds. We're going to bring it down 3 or 4 seconds, not let it drop off entirely and take 10 strokes to get it back. So just a little extra. If that's all too much, then just keep it at half pressure or 3/4 pressure and just keep trying to get that toe connection. So back onto the just row, reset the clock, and starting at rate 18, building to half pressure. Ready, row. You might be taking a few strokes to work out what your half pressure is. That's fine. Be consistent with the rate and work out that power. Now pressing the toes. That's it. Push off the feet. Keep pressing into the finish. Okay, we're going to increase that power in a moment. So look at that split, we're going to take a few seconds off, keep the rate the same. This drive, go, push harder, recover longer. Push harder, recover longer, keep pressing the toes. Don't hang off those foot straps. Good, sitting up. Lever it back. Still warming up, so keeping it at 3/4 pressure or intensity. It might not be till the second of 3 minutes you feel like you're getting the numbers you should at 3/4 pressure. Okay, getting ready to bring that power back down, keeping it at rate 18. Next drive, go, a little less power, keep pressing into the feet. Good, don't let it drop off entirely. Just a few seconds slower on that split. So if you were at 2:17, right back at 2:21 now. Half pressure. That split will go down. Sit tall. Press the toes. Then take the weight of your feet and glide. Okay, looking at that split again. Going to take it to 3/4 pressure in a moment. Take another few seconds off that split. Keep the toes pressed. That's it, back in the room, sorry. My phone keeps cutting in and out. Keep sitting up. Press the feet away. Keep that contact. Still rate 20, 3/4 pressure. Getting ready to bring it back to half pressure. Next stroke. Go. Keep pressing the feet. That's it, just let that power come down very gradually. Back to half pressure. Hands on. Toes pressing or feet pressing. Push up the balls of the feet. As you come to the finish, it's the toes that are pointing or pressing a bit more. Once you're getting that extra purchase with the feet, pushing against the fan and the feet. Really solid connected finish even at half pressure. One more stroke. And easy there. Good. How was that? How were your numbers? Hopefully they were just doing an up and then starting at one level, going up a bit, coming back down, and then rate 20 just being that little bit higher. What I'm trying to say is having your numbers fairly consistent, so not shooting up and then dropping right down. We've got body awareness and control of how we apply our power, and along with that, how we keep pressing those feet. Okay, we're going to do some exercises to help emphasize how those abs are feeling. So we're going to start with crunches, cross bird dog, which is on all fours. Make sure you can see me. So on all four, you're going to extend opposite arm and leg and bring elbow to opposite knee and extend. We'll do 30 seconds on each side with that one, and then plank, Superman, and then bicycles to finish. So very ab heavy, all for a good cause. Okay, so starting with those crunches, lying on our backs, arms behind head, resting on our hands, and go. That's it. Just lifting that head and shoulders, if you can, off the floor, not tucking that chin in too much, really using the abs to lift and lower. So keeping it controlled in both directions. Okay, that's 30 seconds. If you need extra rest, go ahead. Five more seconds, and then we get 15 seconds rest. 3, 2, 1, and rest. And next is our cross bird dog. So onto all fours, shoulders over those wrists. If you find your wrists get painful with this, you can always do it on your fists. I find that helps sometimes. Tummy button drawn up to that spine, and go. Elbow to opposite knee, extend, come back and around that back a bit as you bring the elbow and knee together again. 30 seconds each side. Get round, back, extend. Feel your glute helping you to extend that leg. Keep the control. Five more seconds and then we'll change sides. Okay, change sides and extend, bring together, round that back. Good. Keep that control, tummy button up to that spine. Now keep those hips level as well, don't lean away from your supporting arm, try and keep it all level, using that core stability. Last couple of seconds, one more, and rest, and into plank next, so whichever type you like, on your elbows or your hands, on your knees or on your toes. Okay, and go. So tummy button up to that spine again, shoulders over your hands or over your elbows, tummy button drawn up to that spine. Try and keep the back flat. If it's really struggling, come down to your knees and just make sure that goes, or if you want to hold it, better to have your bum up a little bit and have those hips sagging. But try and keep that back nice and flat, shoulder blades separated. Okay, 15 seconds to go. You can bring in a heel raise if you like, a little bit of extra challenge. Lift and lower. And down. 15 seconds rest. Superman next, so lying on our fronts, so you might not be able to see me here. Lying on our fronts, arms and legs extended, eyes looking down. Going to lift opposite arm and leg. Go. Lift, 2, 3, and lower. Change sides. Lift, 2, 3, and lower. And just keep going. Alternating sides. Well done. That's 30 seconds down. Keep that nice control. And rest. And then back onto our backs for bicycles. Again, you can rest your head in your hands for this one. And we're going to be bringing our elbow to opposite knee and then extending the legs. Go. Elbow to knee, then switch sides. So you have that pedaling motion. The more you extend that leg towards the ground, the harder it will be. So we're targeting our obliques with this one. And keep pedaling. That's it, over halfway, well done. 30 seconds down, 15 to go. Pedal, pedal. 3, 2, 1, and done with those ones. Okay, so I hope you're feeling that nice feeling in those abs now. Okay, we're going to do some short intervals now. So aiming for 3/4 pressure, or building up to a full if you're feeling fully warmed up. So select workout on the screen, new workout, intervals time, and then 2 minutes, and then press that button next to the arrow at the top until the 0 under rest time is flashing, and change that to 1. So 2 minutes work, 1 minute rest. Press the button next to the tick in the box, and we're going to do 3 of these. So first one at 18, second one at 20, third one at rate 22. So looking at keeping those toes pressing and those abs engaged the whole time. Okay, building over 4 or 5 to rate 18. Ready, row. 18 if we're not there already. Push up the feet, move the body forward. Keep pressing, that's it. Drive the heels down. Pushing up the balls of the feet. Keeping that 18, mind creeping up a little bit. Back under control now. Are you still pressing those toes? Connection. That's it, feeling the load in those abs. Supporting that finish with the abs and with the feet. Press. Legs press, feet press. That's it, keep it committed. With constant pressure. Last 10 seconds. Keep those toes pointing. And down. 1 minute rest. Okay. 1 down, 2 to go. So have a look at your split or your there's a office toe in the background there. Check your split and okay, don't mind us. And next one, rate 20. We're going to try, obviously, get a faster split while also keeping our toes pressing. Okay. So feeling nice. Definitely should be feeling warm by now. Okay, 10 more seconds. Okay, grabbing those handles, getting ready to build to rate 20, somewhere between full and 3/4 pressure. Wherever you're comfortable, where you know you're going to keep it technical, maybe not so comfortable, but technical definitely. Up, lever back, press swing, halfway, keep accelerating, toes press. Drive the heels down. Okay, so we're back. If you've joined me live, we've got 20 more seconds. So my phone keeps cutting out today, very disconcerting. Okay. So go off, when you're ready, I'll wait a little more time in case anyone's catching up. Okay, 10 more seconds and we'll get ready to go. Rate 22 for this last one. Press those toes. So you're ready and row. And core, support that power build. Straight on to 22. 2 minutes. Push up the feet, legs down, accelerate the body back, sit tall with the finish, abs on, glutes squeeze, toes press. Keep that break. Keep that split. Next minute. Keep it there. Press away. Still pressing. Still sitting toward the finish. Lever. Last 10, if that. Drive it back. Press the toes, one more. And down. Okay, nice work. A quick drink. Then repeat those ab exercises. Okay, so starting with the crunches. Off we get. Resting the head in the hands. Go. Lift and lower. Keep that control. Reaching up as high as you can. Really challenge those abs. Just without forcing yourself forward with your hands. That's 30 seconds down. Last few. And rest. 15 seconds rest. And into cross bird dog. So onto all fours. Tummy button up to that spine. Ready and go. Extend. And then bring opposite arm and knee together. Opposite elbow. And stay on the same side. Round that back. So they come together. Those hips level. That's it. Try not to wobble. Really firm abs. Use them. We've got 30 seconds each side for this one. 5 more seconds this side. And change sides. Extend. Elbow opposite knee together. Extend. Take your time. Extend. And come back with control. Keeping that shoulder over that wrist. Makes it harder. And 5 more seconds with this one. And rest. Okay, doing well. Plank next. Okay, 5 more seconds, whichever plank you like. And go. Again, tummy button up to that spine. Shoulders over elbows or wrists. Hold it firm. Okay, keep breathing. That's it. Feel that core strength coming upon you. That's it. Building it right here. Hold it steady. If you need to pause, go ahead, but try and get back up straight away. So over 30 seconds. 5 more. 3, 2, 1, and down. Well done. And back onto our fronts for Superman. Arms and legs extended, eyes looking down. 5 more seconds and we'll start. We're going to lift opposite arm and leg, hold, and go. And lift, 2, 3, and lower. Lift, 2, 3, and lower. Good, keep going. Try and feel that glute helping you to raise that leg. 45 seconds of these. That's 30 seconds done. Good, keep that control. Don't just drop your arm and leg back down. And down. And the last one coming up. Onto our backs for bicycles. Three, 2, 1, and go. Pedaling, elbow to opposite knee. So keep going, extending those legs, keep that challenge up. Keeping those reps going, last lot of these, and we've just got 1K to do. 10 more seconds. Pedal, pedal, keep it going. Extend those legs. 3, 2, 1, and down. Okay, well done. Right, last piece of the day. Let's have a little quick drink. And I trust you're still hydrating. Okay, so yes, 1K, 500 metres rate 18, 500 metres rate 20. So we're going to set our clock, so select workout, new workout, single distance, and then 1K, and then we can change the split length to 500. So at the end we can see how we did in our rate 18 versus rate 20. So press the button next to that top arrow and keep pressing till you're under split length, and change. Mine's gone auto to 200, change that to 500. There we go, so 1,000 metres, split length at 500, and I'm going to tick that box. And we're aiming to do this full pressure, or as hard as you can whilst keeping it technical. If you just know that you're starting to ram forward with the slide, you're losing slide control, your weight's jumping up, your split's jumping around, then just back off the power a little bit, get that technique back on point, and see how well you do rowing well. That's going to be much more constructive in the long term. Okay, so I'm going to start at half slide and do probably 3 or 4 short strokes as I build up, building up gradually to full power. Okay, last bit of the day, and then we will stretch. So ready, and row, building to 18, build up power. Really feel those legs push down, pushing away. That's it. Push off the feet, legs down, unfurl that stroke. Legs, body, arms. Lots of time to think about it. Knees down. Sit tall. Arms away, hinge forward. How's that split doing? Should be settled to a pace you're going to hold on to now. Really drive down the heels. That's it. Everything extra. Push against. To get every last centimetre out of the stroke. Bringing it down to that 500. If you're already there, take it up to 820. Want that second half to be quicker than the first. Commit. Okay, here I go. 820. Same intensity. More momentum. Squeeze. Pressing off the feet. Explosive power. Every time. Sitting up still. Drive it back. Accelerate. Toes. Press away. Abs firm. Sit tall. Keep it on. All the way. Big acceleration. Toes. Feet. Press. Okay, keep going if you're on it. That's it, to the end. Every single stroke counts. Every single workout, commit. Do not stop. Keep it going. You can always do it. Trust. So trust in your abilities. Surprise yourself. Okay. Right, well done. We'll just finish with a bit of feet out rowing, just to bring that heart rate back down. Really relaxed grip, should always be relaxed, but you'll be forced into it now. So feet out, which means heels just resting in the heel cups with your foot over the straps, so no straps over your foot, you stand like a foot on the straps. And we're going to row light pressure, pressing the toes, firm abs, and see how much we can emulate our normal stroke. You may find you have to sit up a little more at the finish or further forward, and as you get into it, you can trust yourself or test your core stability if you can, or core strength, if you can get the full range. So starting off, arms, body, legs, legs, body, arms. Really long, relaxed strokes. Of course, you may want to pause this right now and do an extra kilometre, give yourself a couple of minutes rest, have another go. See if you can make the rate 18 or the rate 20 a little faster, or both. Okay, so back to the feet out rowing, hang off the handle, that's it, feel those feet, have that pressure, that contact, even at light pressure. Abs on, even at light pressure. Everything's still engaged, just pushing less hard. So long arms. Feel that little pull from the shoulder as you change direction. A little bit of elasticity, fluidity. Good. Best technical rowing of the day. So we'll finish this minute and have a stretch. We've gone over today, but hopefully you'll agree good cause, namely improving our rowing technique and fitness. Okay, that's it. Long, relaxed strokes. Okay, and we're easy there. And we can just sit on our seat stool, shoulder stretch, bring the arm across, hold above the elbow. That's it. Okay, and change arms. So if you're new to rowing, you might be finding it hard to get your power on fully and have some puff left. If you're working through your stroke and you can connect, but you're building fitness, then you may find that this is enough for you. And also if you're more experienced and you've been training hard, then you may want to be doing 2 or 3 of those 1Ks at the end to really test those full power limits. But either way, whatever level you're at, it's good to go over that technique and make sure that you're applying it at every rate, every pressure. Every stroke's the same no matter how hard you're pushing. Okay, and relax. So we're going to a hamstring stretch. So sitting down on the floor, legs out in front, sitting on top of those sit bones, sit up and reach over from the hips. That's it. Nice deep breaths. Let your legs relax, those quads in particular relax, and just feel that stretch become a little bit easier. If you struggle to get beyond upright or even to upright, then it's quite nice to do this against a wall. If it's too uncomfortable, then just do what you can. That can be a good way to help support that. Okay, and relax, and we'll finish. We'll do quad stretch and a bit of a back stretch. So bring that heel. I've got to sit on the floor, left heel back towards my bum, and then leaning back on my right hand. If you need a bit more stretch in that quad, you can just make your legs a bit wider, or bring your heel away from your bum a bit. Shift it around a bit, you'll find the stretch for you. So just hold it where you can just feel it. It shouldn't be painful, you should just know it's there. Okay, and change legs. Good, nice deep breath still. Relaxing into it. Okay, and lying on our backs, we're going to hug your knees to your back, and we'll just have a little bit of a roll around. So front and back, and just round and about, but just give that spine a little bit of movement. That's it. Might feel a bit ridiculous, but it should feel quite nice. Okay, and coming onto all fours, we'll do some cat-cow. So shoulders over the wrist and starting with neutral, and then we're going to come up into cat, so tilt the pelvis underneath, round the upper back, tuck the chin in a little bit, tiny button draw up to that spine, and then gradually into cow, so tilt the pelvis the other way and lift the head up, got a nice stretch down your front there. And back into cow, tilt that pelvis under, round the shoulders, tuck the chin under, and one more cow, tilt the pelvis back again, head up, nice and relaxed, back to neutral, up onto toes, and just walk your toes to your hands, fingers off the floor, let your arms hang, and just stand up gradually, vertebra at a time. Standing up